So what's your premise and why? So what's your premise for starters?
Well, Veteran can obviously manipulate the narrative. So my position is that she could just write him out of existence with her narrative manipulation.
My premise is that my character simply outscales and outhacks. It's simple.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go first. Alright. So basically my character has the ability of Ultra Instinct. What this basically does is in this state, like an Ultra Instinct, you're able to change your output to your opponent's output. So what that basically means is that while my character Daniel Park uses his attacks, he's able to maximize efficiency of how he uses it. So for example, right, if your character tries to throw a punch at my character will throw the same amount of punch as at your character. So basically, it will be the same answer. That's where imperfection or perfectionist paradox comes in play. Do you know what perfection paradox is?
Yeah, it's a contradiction.
How's that contradiction?
How again? Sorry.
I said, how is that a contradiction?
Because the proposition is self-contrary. So, for example, I can say that a black hole is bigger than Earth, even though the black hole is actually smaller. So that would be a paradox.
Nigga, I mean perfection paradox, not paradox.
Oh,
Perfection
sorry, I don't know what
paradox.
that is.
You want me to explain to you what that is?
Yeah.
So basically, in simple terms, what it is. So like, or what it is basically how do I say this? In simple terms, is where someone asks you a question which has multiple answers to it. So, like in this scenario, a perfectionist like Daniel will always answer the one that is most accurate answer, right? No matter how many times you ask him that question, he will always say the same thing. Meanwhile, if you ask the same question to someone else, they will give you multiple answers, although they may not be accurate, right? Now, if we apply this into fighting, whenever Daniel fights his opponents, he always uses the same efficient and perfect way to counter the situation. But no matter how many times that same situation is created, Daniel will always use the same technique to counter it, right? So basically, what this means is that any attacks your character gives upon my character, he will always throw something that's the same accurate answer. So basically, what that means is that my character is simply in the hexes, and he'll be able to be above your character's dimensionality. So like, what's going to be your rebuttal to my argument?
Well, first of all, I want proof before I make any claim.
Say that again.
First of all, I want proof before I make any claim.
You want proof?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can show you proof. Look in scans real quick. I already sent you in scans. If you check in scans, if you read that real quick.
I need to find the fucking thing. So you're saying that he can just simply kill Fetter in one punch?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that anytime your character throws a punch at my character will throw the same the exact efficiency of the punch, same as your character. So basically, what I'm applying is that, let's say for example, right, Truzen throws a punch at me, right, and
don't bring me up as an example. Shut the fuck up.
Well, the thing is,
okay. Let's say for example, right, if Truzen throws a punch, right, I would just simply throw the same punch as him. So basically, the same efficiency and the same amount of accuracy, right? So basically, mean that I'll be the same level as him. So what Ultra Instinct is, or his Ultra Instinct is basically to be on par with your character's level or be above that, right? So for example, right, let's say your character throws a weak punch at my character. My character will also throw a weak punch. He's just basically a rock paper scissors issue. So like for example, he's a perfect copy. He's a perfect being. He's just basically the perfect thing as rock paper scissors, as I said before. So what I'm implying is that anything your character tries to do, my character will just simply be above that, or just use his ability to you throw accuracy or punch or be above that punch. So like you got rebuttal to my argument.
Well, first of all, before I say anything, are you implying that it's only two punches within the ability? So, for
It could
example,
be
it's
it
just
could be
veteran
it could
in
be anything.
combat.
It can be anything. Like for
So
example, right?
even if veteran changes him with meta narrative manipulation, it won't work.
Yeah, of course it will work.
So, can you prove that he's immune to reality manipulation?
I don't need to prove that he uses that on rally manipulation. If you know where perfection and paradoxy is, it basically implies that to real life logic, right? So for example, right, like I said before, the paradox of perfection is a simple term, and like it just basically if someone asks you an answer and you throw the same like the same answer at them, like the same efficiency of answer, right? That's what I'm trying to apply is that as that,
You do
right?
know veterans above logic, right?
Can you like prove that Federer is above logic?
Yeah. Hold on a second. I need to find the fucking scans. Hold
Thank you.
on.
Oh, yo, do you know what law identity is, right?
Me?
Yeah, do you know what the law identity is?
Yeah, it means that two things can't be identical. So, for example, A and A, if I say a teapot is a
Are
cactus, that
you
contradicts the law of identity.
are you worried that like if she's above logic that she isn't Federer? So basically meaning that she can't reach a logical conclusion. Because what that basically means is that your character isn't your character anymore. Your character using is a Federer because if
Well,
she's
this is
above
within
logic.
fiction, not real life. So you're misusing that you're trying to argue for this reality instead of fiction. Logic doesn't apply to fiction. I mean, he would be logic. He would be logical if someone could throw a punch, because obviously
Wait,
in real
wait,
life,
wait, what?
logic doesn't work.
Wait. Can you repeat that one more time, please?
Well, first of all, if
Wait.
veteran truly contradicted the law of identity, then why can a pink unicorn be featured in a story in fiction? You're trying to argue
Wait.
with
Let's go back to
this
okay. Let's go back.
reality.
Let's go back. All right. Let's go back for a bit. All right. You just said that real life logic, doesn't apply to fiction, or fiction logic doesn't apply to real life logic. Is
No,
that
you
what you
can do
said?
illogical things in fiction.
But you just said that logic doesn't apply in fiction. That's what you
No,
said.
I
That's what you
said
said.
in real life.
Yeah.
I said with my claim, with my assertion, that
Can you
if
like
we're
prove
going
that?
to
Can you
try
like
and
explain?
say that a fiction character has to follow logic, sometimes they can deny logic. They don't have to follow logic.
Okay, like I said before, right? If she's above logic, then she isn't Federer. So basically, meaning that you're not even using Federer at this point. You're using a whole different character because if she's above logic, then she cannot reach a illogical conclusion because she isn't her, right? She isn't Federer anymore. 'Cause if she's above logic, then that means that you're not even using her character. You're just using an unknown character now. So
Well,
basically,
then you're
meaning that
contradicting yourself because, Veteran escaped her
how am I
rider.
contradicting myself? How am I contradicting myself?
Because Veteran literally escaped her rider and managed to use their truth in her human form.
That
Like,
doesn't
for
matter. That
example, no,
doesn't
let me
matter.
finish.
I mean,
Let me finish.
I don't think you get in my argument, right? If she's above logic, then she isn't Federer, right? She cannot reach a logical conclusion because if you so claim that she's above logic, right, and she is above a law identity, that means that she's above herself, meaning that she isn't herself anymore. So basically, meaning that you're coming at me in this debate with an unknown character, you're not even using Federer at this point. You're using a different character. So basically, you just automatically concede the debate because you're using the different character. You're supposed to use Federer, and you're using an unknown character. So like, what's going to be a rebuttal to my
Can you
argument?
define conceptualize?
Why do I need to define that, conceptualize? Why do I have to define that?
Because my idea is that Veteran is not, whatever you said is a straw man. I wasn't implying that. I
How
was
is that a
implying
straw
that
man?
she can do a logical ability. And you're trying, no, listen, you're trying to say that this person like every time someone uses an ability on him, so for example, that would be illogical because literally no matter what, within the fiction terms, no matter what someone does, even if they're above humans, it would still work automatically. So then you're contradicting yourself because you're trying to say that he's above logic because no fictional character can harm him. And that actually contradicts the law of identity because veteran is above him, goddesses are above him, and they can change the whole script. You're just contradicting yourself.
Alright, so you're not even attacking my point at this point. You're
Yes, I
just
am.
saying you're not attacking my point. You didn't debunk
I
none of my
proved that
argument.
veteran was
You're not even
illogical, but let's
debunking,
speak
bro.
from her
You're red herring
writer.
right now, nigga. Holy shit, bro. At this point, we can conclude to the debate if you want. We can
So you're
conclude.
saying that a pink unicorn can exist in fiction
Say that
because it
again.
has to follow with logic? So that contradicts the law of identity?
Everyone needs to follow logic, right? Cause you unless you can prove she can defy logic, then yeah, you can. But she cannot be above logic, or she can't be illogical because
Hold
if
on,
she's
let me
above,
see it. Hold on, I think I
let me
have a
speak, all
scan
right?
of
Let me
that.
speak, all right? If she's above logic, as I said before, she'll reach a logical conclusion where that means that what's it called? She isn't federal at that point, like I said before. So meaning that you're coming at me with a whole different type of character, like I said. Right, and you're not even
Well, then
attacking
prove
my point.
that.
Hold on, let me speak, all right? Let me speak, all
Prove
right?
to
Let me
me
speak,
that
all
I
right?
have to
I'll let
adhere
you
to these
speak. I'll let you
laws.
ramble. Let me speak, all right? So let's say, for example, right? Why would my character, all right? Why? So you're not even attacking my point. All you were saying is, oh, how would your character do this? Because he'll be illogical at that point. No, you're not even attacking my point. You're moving on to the next point. Like at this
No,
point,
because
we
you're
can
trying to
conclude
no.
the
If
debate.
veteran can do illogical ability, and you're saying that
Yeah, okay.
your character doesn't exist.
I'm saying like I'm not saying that she's being a logical ability. I'm saying that she cannot be above logic because if she's above logic, then she's not herself. Meaning that you're coming at me with a whole different new character. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's abiding by logic. No, I'm saying that she cannot be above logic because if she's above logic, then she's above fucking law identity. And if she's above law identity, that means that she's not herself. Meaning that you're coming at me with a whole different type of character. You're not even coming at me with predator, you're just coming at me with a different character.
You do realize
Unknown
that the
character.
law of identity doesn't apply to veteran, right?
Then
Because it's
okay,
fiction, it's not
okay,
real
then who is
life.
Federer then? Who is Federer then? If the law did is abide by her, then who's Federer then?
She's veteran.
Okay, can you repeat that again?
She's veteran.
That means that she's abide by law identity because that's herself.
Well, then you're trying to
She's
go in,
identified.
and we're gonna.
She's identifying herself as a veteran, right? That's her name, right? Because she's abide by that logic. Then you fucking dumbass. Holy shit.
No, she's not.
No, we can go to conclusions. We can go to
Do you know
conclusions.
what a law of identity is? Because you're
Yes,
misusing
okay,
it.
I know what a law identity. A law identity is basically yourself,
I'm not saying that
as self
she's
as a
above her
person.
form.
Okay, so if she's above her form, then
I'm not saying
why
she
is her name
is.
Federer then if she's above
I'm
her
not
form?
saying she's above her form. You're literally
You
reaching a
just
new
said she's above her.
conclusion.
Alright, bro, we can go to conclusions.
I never said that. But okay.
Okay, everyone, did she say? Everyone, did she say that she's above her identity? I might be unhearing things, but I swear to God, she said she's above
No,
her
I didn't.
identity. Yes,
Did
she
you?
did.
You misinterpreted me.
I never misinterpreted you. I heard you
You
say.
got
I
you got
said
the
she was above
recording. You got
logic,
the
not her
recording.
I
Don't worry
got the.
about
I
it.
identity.
could. We can conclude if you want. We can conclude because at this point you're not even attacking my point.
Yes,
You're
I am. You're
how are you
literally
attacking my
saying that
point?
veteran can't do anything to him, no matter what. That contradicts the law of identity.
Because you're not using Federer because you're using a whole different character as I said before. You're not even using her. You're
How is
using
she a whole different character? She's literally
okay, I have a
veteran.
question. What can you define a law identity real quick? Can you define what that is?
A and A.
ANA, exactly. ANA. Okay, what is Federer?
Veteran.
Yeah, who as okay. Bro, okay, so if Federer is Federer and A is A, what does that mean? What does that equal to? What does that mean? If Federer is Federer
An
and A,
Arthur. That's what it equals to.
are you
The
retarded?
thing is, though, you're
What do
trying
you
to
think?
use real
What do
life
you think?
logic.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think a law identity is? Like, what? Give me your own definition. What it is?
That two things can't be the same.
What?
That two fucking objects can't be the same. For
The law
example.
of non-contradiction, not law of identity, by the way.
Say that again.
That two objects can't be the same, as that contradicts the law of contradiction.
How?
Because it's not logical.
How is it not logical?
Because you can't say that a teapot is grass.
Exactly. If someone says a
But that doesn't
teapot is not
apply
the
to
grass, that
fiction.
how does not apply to fiction? Okay,
Because fiction is
okay, by your
fantasy.
logic,
It's not real life.
wait, hold on. By your logic, if that doesn't apply to fiction, then the law of identity in your fiction or whatever you're saying doesn't abide by my law. So basically, meaning that your law doesn't compare to my laws. If you're just saying that, then
But you haven't proven anything.
why would I prove it when I'm rhetorically slamming right now and
Hold
debunking
on,
all
let
your
me.
arguments and I'm attacking my points?
I had
Okay,
attack
so
your point.
I can give you a exact definition of what a law identity is. A law identity is like that states that everything is identical to itself. So like you said before, X is X, S is
That's
S,
what I just
and as
said.
you said before, yeah, and as you said, and lastly you said that A equals A, and I told you what does federant equal to, and you said federant, right? So if federant equals federant, that means she's abide by the law identity. That means that she has herself, she has her own name. So that basically means that she's herself, right? If she's above the law identity, then she wouldn't equal federant. She would have been equals to someone else, right? So if that's the case, if she was above a law identity or above a law logic, her name wouldn't be federant. It would have been something else. She wouldn't even have a name because she's not abided by her own law identity, right? She's not abided by her identity. So that means, right, you're coming at me with the unknown character because because you so claim that she's above logic and she's above logical, being a law above a law identity. That means that you're using a whole different character, meaning that you have to concede the debate because you're using a
Veteran can
different
literally
character.
reshape herself into a
How
new form.
okay, reshaping yourself doesn't mean anything.
It means she's above the law of identity.
How is reshaping yourself make you above the law identity?
Because she's contradicting the law of identity.
How is
She's
she
literally a
contradicting?
new identity, which isn't
How is she
logical.
contradicting the law identity?
Because she's literally a new identity that you can't do. It's not logical. You're trying to argue for a reality in fiction.
Nigga,
And I'm
alright,
not
bro.
saying,
At this
well,
point,
you're
yo,
just misrepresenting my point. You're just making your own conclusions.
I'm not. Okay, how am I making my own conclusions? I'm asking us
Because you tried implying that I meant that what you said wasn't true entirely when you
because
misused
it
what I
isn't true.
meant.
Because it isn't true. You're not attacking my point.
I am attacking
You're
your
not
point.
okay. How are you
I
attacking?
mean, I can say that Federer is a passive authority and that he can't do anything to her. I mean, for example, you said that no matter what an opponent
Now you're
does.
moving on topics now. Now you are moving on topics now, right?
No,
So,
I'm making an example. I'm not moving on any topics. I'm making literally an example to what your argument
okay.
is.
What was the example again?
So, for example, you're saying that if Federer attacks him, no matter what, she gets damaged. But what I can do, I can say that Federer has complete control over her world. He never provided any proof that he can travel through space. None of that. None. So I can say that he can't go to her chemistry. Nothing. And then it would be a stalemate by your logic of what you said was actually true. And then none of them will win. Because if Federer can attack him and he can attack her.
Why can
You know what I mean? It's a double standard.
How can he attack her?
Because he can't, because you never show proof that he can travel through chemistries, infinite chemistries, for example.
Why would I need to show proof of him traveling to that?
So he can reach her.
How does that correlate to the debate?
Because he needs to reach her.
Okay, so it needs to reach you. It needs to reach Federer, right? Okay, but you're using a whole different character though. Like I said before, you're using a whole.
Can you show me
character.
proof that violates the fictional character? Not just you saying it with proof.
How do
because
I need to show proof about
Federer is
that?
because you're trying to say that Federer can only be her own identity.
Okay, yes, because you're saying that you said that she's above logic, right? If she's above logic, that means she's above the law identity, right? And if she's above the law identity, she wouldn't have a name or she wouldn't have herself.
Can I show you a scan?
Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter whatsoever because we're going to let the conclusion
This
debate.
literally so did the creator of Yomoko contradict the law of identity for making her and her other form be the same? Because that contradicts the law of identity, you dumb fucking ass. Are you
Bro,
dumb?
how does that contradict the law
Because
identity?
because you're literally trying to argue for a reality. You're not. You're literally arguing for a reality, and I'm using it
It
against
says
you.
where Federate and Hachiko are the same being, right? That basically implies as law
And
identity.
that
That's
contradicts
basically
the
what it
law of
implies.
identity because,
How
like
does
you
that
said,
contradict?
A and A cannot be the same.
A and A can be the
In
same, you
real life,
fucking
that can never
dumbass.
happen. Shapeshifting doesn't exist in real life.
Okay, hold on. Check scans real quick.
Okay, I'm on it.
What does it say to you right here? It says X and X equals X or S equals S.
Exactly.
Where
For
does it
example,
fucking
it
say where?
says
How does it contradict itself?
because it says a fundamental principle of logic that states that everything is identical to itself. So Federin has to be identical to her own identity, and she can't be her other form. That contradicts the law of identity.
You just contradict your own self, you
No, I
fucking retard.
haven't.
You're so fucking stupid.
No, I
Holy
didn't.
shit. Okay, so basically, right, if Federer and Hechi, whatever that bitch's name, are the same being, that means that she's abiding by the fucking law identity, right? That means she has her own self. That means she has an identity, right? She has multiple identities. So basically, we need that she's abided by the law identity, you fucking dumbass nigga. It would have been a different
No,
story if she
she
was like,
isn't because she has to be her own form. In real life, that could not
how
happen.
okay, you can be in many forms still have a long identity. It doesn't matter about having different forms, it's about having the same name, right? So for example, as myself, right, my name is Bethany. It's fucking retarded, right? If my name is Bethany retarded, that means that I have a name, right? I have an identity as myself, right? So like say for example, if I get a clone, does that contradict the law identity? If I make a clone, does that contradict the law identity?
How again? Sorry.
If I make a clone right now, right, with the same name and same last name and everything of myself, does that contradict the law identity?
Boy, you're misinterpreting me. I'm trying to say that
I'm not misinterpreting you. You
yes,
basically
I
said
am. You're
that.
already using real life
How am I
logic.
misinterpreting you?
I'm trying to say, see,
I'm using correct logic. You're using a
no,
whole different
you're
type of
really
logic.
correlating to that the law of identity is valid now, the fiction.
Law
But when I
identity.
say
Okay.
something else new, it's not
Are you
valid.
okay, bro. How does law identity that's interpreted in anime? Like, can you like explain that? You don't think like real life logic doesn't imply an anime? Because if that's the case, then anime wouldn't exist without logic, without real life
You know,
logic. You
gorillas
fucking
are
retard.
big as fuck,
You
but
do
the issue
know
is they have a
that
one
you know
inch
that's the
penis.
false equivalence, right?
Oh wait, are you aware? Wait, are you aware that penises are logic too? Like for example, right? Every male has a penis, right? That's logic.
No,
That's
you know
nature right
what? You
there.
don't know what intersex is, but that's irrelevant to the topic at hand, like you
That's
said
not
yourself.
relevant. I'm giving you an example what it is. You fucking retard.
Yeah, and that's
It
what I
correlates
said
to
to
the debate.
you.
Yeah, it correlates to the debate. You dumbass nigga. If
Not
I say,
all males
oh,
have a
if now,
penis.
if I say, oh, you have y'all heard about the new Iron Man game? That does not correlate to the debate, right? But I'm saying that if I have a penis, right, that's by logic because if I have a penis and anime has penis too, that means they're using real life logic as an anime logic. You fucking dumbass.
You're literally saying that if Federine is out of her identity, that contradicts the law of identity, and then you're agreeing that then you're literally shifting the goalposts and agreeing that Federine can literally be her other form. So essentially, you conceded
How do I concede? You fucking idiot.
because I already explained to you. You said that Federine cannot be out of her identity because that contradicts the law of identity, obviously, and then she
Okay.
turned into your human
told you
form,
multiple times.
which is
I
impossible,
told you multiple times that she cannot be above her own identity. You fucking dumbass.
sweetie.
Yeah, call me sweetie
She
again.
is above her own identity because she is in a new form.
Okay, so okay. Do you think if Goku, right, if Goku transformed into True Ultra Instinct, right, and he's in a different form, does that mean he's not in his own identity? Does that mean he's a
That's
different
not the
identity?
same thing.
That's basically the same thing you're saying that if fucking Federin, right? If your Federin has a new form and she transforms into a new form, that means that she's above the law identity. Like what? That's what you said, you fucking dumbass.
No. First of all, let me get this straight to you. I want to see your position on this. Can a fictional character be real or not? Like, can they be real in a human world or no?
She has
No,
some fucking Goku on his ass cheeks right now.
yeah, anime character can be real.
And didn't Federer used to be not real correct because obviously she was controlled by a writer?
Okay, so first of all, you're using Federer now, all right? Like I said before, if your character is above the law identity, that basically means that your character, the character you're using right now doesn't correlate to the debate because it doesn't matter because you're using a whole different type of character, right? So if you're saying that if she's above the law identity, that basically means that she's not a person, she doesn't have a name, right? But she has a name though, like how A equals A, B equals B, and Federer equals Federer, right? If that was the case, right? Because you're saying Federer. Of course, she has a name now. So basically, meaning that she's abided by the law identity. So basically, what that means is that she isn't abided by logic. She's not abided by logic. She's abided by logic. That means that she isn't above logic, right? You fucking retard ass nigga.
You're not even being consistent. I tried telling you before that the law of identity doesn't apply to fictional characters.
Law identity. What? Okay. What does Asta mean? That's a character, right? Asta, right? Asta. He that's the law identity, right? That's what he is. That's his name, right? That's his identity. You fucking idiot. Of course, law identity fucking abides by everyone, right? Just as myself, such as you, such as Truzen, just as everyone in this BC, right? Everyone has a name. Everyone has identity, right? Same with anime characters or philosophers or governments or anything like that, right? If someone has a name, someone has an identity to himself, that means they abided by the law identity. They abided by the logic, right? You fucking idiot. So, let's say, for example, right, if I'm above logic and I'm above the law identity, that basically means I don't have an identity. That means that I'm not myself. You fucking idiot.
You do know that Federer controls the narrative, right?
Now we're on. Okay, how does this correlate to the debate? You're not attacking my point at this point.
Yes, I am. You're
No,
not. You're trying to
at this point, we
lie,
can
be a
conclude, bro.
pathological
We can
liar.
No,
conclude.
but
Federer literally
guys, you've been
controls what she can do.
Can we
yeah,
just
guys, you
conclude?
one second. You guys been going circle for like the past 15 minutes on the same logic point. Just conclude on this.
I want to conclude. She's keep going at it. Can we conclude?
No, I'm making
Bethany,
my argument.
no, on this point,
I
on this
debunked your
logic point,
argument already.
before digressing and going to another point,
Oh, my
Yeah.
logic? Just
on
my
the logic.
conclusion.
Yes.
So you conceding? So you consider the point?
No, I'm not
You consider
conceding. I
the
said
point?
I'm doing a conclusion.
Okay, we go to conclusion. So choosing, I'm gonna give you my verdict. I think I won. I think
Wait,
I
wait,
won.
wait, wait. You want me to judge?
Yeah, you be the judge because you were here the longest.
Bethany, you want to pick your own judge, or so we get two
Annie, at
judges,
this point.
or you don't care? Okay.
All right, so
What?
I'm gonna go first.
What?
I think I won this debate because I basically
What do you
said
mean?
I try. Yo, shut this nigga up real quick. Let me say my
No.
verdict real quick. All right, so I think I won this
I
debate
feel like playing.
because mute this nigga real quick. So I think I won this debate because I like I said before, I try to tell her to prove that being a law identity, or I try to tell her that being above a law identity wouldn't mean anything because her character Federer isn't Federer anymore because if she's above the law identity, that means that she's using a whole different character, and she didn't attack that point. She just tried to say that what's it called, that Federer has a new form, or if she goes to a new form, she has a whole new identity, or she doesn't have identity or some shit like that. And I debunked that argument like multiple times, but she tried going to a different point, and she wasn't like attacking my points, and I mostly rhetorically slammed her. I debunked most of her points. But yeah, that's why I think I won. So Bethany can give a conclusion.
Alright, so this is my context, so I'm correct in my context. My conclusion is that what he said was misguided because obviously Federer has control over her own narratives. So even though that was true,
Oh my god, really?
Sweetie, I'm making my conclusion.
Elijah, come you ask that.
Even if that somehow did contradict her, obviously she can rewrite her existence, overwrite
Bro,
reality,
what?
and then make herself above the law of identity. She can basically she can be illogical. And what Daniel is trying to imply is that this boy, I think named whatever, is immune to any form of fictional character, no matter what, without any base. evidence, just a scan of him fighting someone, and he didn't even show any alternative propositions, none of that, and he contradicted himself with live identity. And by his logic, he's trying to imply that Federer can't be outside the law of identity. So obviously that character can't if he's doing something illogical. And in the first place, I was trying to imply that Federer can do illogical things, obviously. So for example, she can do illogical ability and make herself above logic. So obviously, in conclusion, his argument didn't hold any water and he was simply misguided. He just contradicted himself and tried arguing irrelevant points just by essentially shadowboxing by adding irrelevant points to the discussion. That's my conclusion.
Let's take one.
Alright, choose to give me a conclusion who you think you won. Shadowbox you.
Anyway, Bethany, you want to be honest on who took this point?
Huh?
You want me to be honest on who took this point? First of all, the illogical point that Elijah brought. First of all, I'll give the verdict easy to Elijah, by the way. Easy. And I'll explain why. The issue is when he's explaining the law of identity to you, and fictional characters are themselves. We say X equals to X. X cannot equal to Y. This is the law of non-contradiction, right? He stated in the beginning of his argument, I remember he said this. He said that if a character is above logic, then they would not abide by the law of identity. So the scaling for your character for feathering would not be, it would not be for feathering, but rather to be for some being who is not feathering because it does not abide by the laws of logic. Second, you can't follow a logical conclusion. That's what he said after. You can't abide by a logical, you can't even conclude if you're using a logical point. Because by the laws of logic, we go, for example, premise 1, X, premise 2, Y, conclusion, whatever it is. If you're not abiding by the laws of logic, you can't even get to that conclusion. That's what he's trying to say. You get me, Bethany?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was reading the chat. Say that one last time, please.
Oh my god.
I was reading the chat. I didn't know you were talking.
Okay,
Yo,
okay.
that's crazy work, bro.
I'm saying,
you
okay, I'll repeat.
I'll do it, nigga, bitch.
Okay, calm down. I'll repeat. I don't mind.
Okay, I'm listening.
I said I have to give this verdict to Elijah on specifically only the illogical point. Okay? Now,
okay.
Why would I do this? The points that you were targeting specifically were not necessarily about logic. The issue is when you identify a character, for example, me as Susan, or for example, Goku as Goku, Feathering as Feathering, we're saying X equals X. Then when we do the law of non-contradiction, we say X cannot equal Y. Okay? If a character transcends logic, for example, you say Feathering transcends logic, then she would also have to transcend the law of identity. That means the entire point of the debate, which is Daniel versus Feathering, would make sense because you're not scaling Feathering at that point. And then second, you can't even get to a logical conclusion. When I say a logical conclusion, I mean you can't even say premise 1 X, premise 2 Y, conclusion, and you get a conclusion. You can't even do that if you're not going by logic, because this is following the laws of logic. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so your character can't even transcend logic. That's my point. No, that's his point, I mean. But you guys can continue the debate, whatever it is.
But the thing is, logic doesn't apply in fiction.
No, fuck.
Wait. Why wouldn't it apply to fiction?